everybody. Welcome to my kitchen and welcome to another edition of Seasoned with Smiles. I'm your host, Shane Vaughn, and today I want to teach you how to cook a dish that is wonderful for those folks in your house maybe that's a little sick. Right now, we're going through the COVID-19 crisis. A lot of sick people in the world. And when you're sick, you just don't want nothing else but a big bowl of hot soup. And I know we all have had the vegetable soup. We've had the chicken noodle soup. All those good soups that we love. But sometimes you get tired of that. And today I want to introduce you to another type of soup that your family will love. Why? It's so full of flavors. Remember, food is a festival. And when you serve it with flavor, my Lord, it's loaded with love and seasoned with smiles. It makes people get better a lot faster. Now, this recipe, it's called a Mexican chicken soup. When you serve this recipe, you are going to open up them nostrils for sure. Now listen, some folks like it a little bit spicier than other folks. I'm from New Orleans, so we like it spicy. So if you see me putting some ingredients that you might not think you can handle, then just hold them out. It's going to be delicious. You're going to love this soup. So let's get started. The first thing you want to get is your chicken stock. You want 4 quarts of this. Now I'm cooking this today in my Instant Pot. If you're feeding a bunch of people, 4 quarts will do the job. If it's just you and some other person, then drop it down to 2 quarts. Cut this recipe in half. But you want 4 quarts. Try to get the chicken stock instead of the broth. It's got a much richer flavor to it. But whatever you get, make sure it's got that good chicken taste in it. Now in this pot right here, I'm boiling about 6 big chicken breasts, boneless, skinless breasts. It's boiling in this water right here, and I've got a lot of carrots cut up, and the carrots is boiling with the chicken. So the first thing you want to do, you want to get about 6 boneless, skinless breasts, put them in the pot. You want to cut up a bag full of carrots, chop them up, put them in that, let them boil in there with the chicken. Once that chicken is ready, we're not going to shred it. You don't want shredded chicken. You want big chunks of chicken in this Mexican chicken soup. Now, once you get all 4 quarts, and this is the 4th quart that I'm pouring in now, when you get all 4 of those quarts, folks, that's when we're going to start adding all the goodies in here. This is my 4th quart. Now what we're going to do is turn the Instapot on, and we're going to put it on pressure cook for about 30 minutes. We want this to come to a good simmer. Now listen, this soup, you're not going to cook it to death. It's a delicate soup. It's served with avocados and hallelujah, hallelujah. All right, so we got all of our chicken stock in the Instapot, and it is getting ready to come to a simmer. Once it does, I'm going to tell you what else we're going to add to it, all right? All right, now the stock is about to come to a simmer. Before it does, I want to take about 6 stalks of celery, like I've got right here on this board, 6 stalks of this celery, and we want to just put that right into that stock. Now be very careful. You don't want your celery too thick. You just want it to give a good texture to the soup. You don't want to have to sit there and chew on big chunks of celery. So about that thin, and then just put all of that celery into that stock so that that flavor can start fermenting. Oh yes, hallelujah. Now, the next thing that you want to take is about 2 serrano peppers and maybe 1 jalapeno. Now, this is entirely up to you. I don't know what you can handle and what you can't. But keep in mind, you've got a lot of stock here. So that spice and that pepper is really not going to be as hot as you think it is. It's just going to give it a nice little kick. So if you only want to do one or half of one, mainly what you're wanting more than the spice is the texture of those peppers. So I've got serrano peppers. I did 2 of them, small ones, and 1 jalapeno pepper, and I'm putting it right into that water. Now, once you do that, you want to take your minced garlic, and you want to take about 2 good heaping tablespoons of minced garlic. Now, that's what most folks do. I like garlic a lot, so watch out. There goes 2. Now me, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do 3. Don't tell nobody. All right? I go over sometime, but that's all right. It's got to be seasoned with smiles. It's got to be loaded with love. It's got to be filled with flavor if it's going to be served at the Vaughn house. All right? So there is your garlic, minced garlic. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take about 2 cups. Now you want a lot of onions. The onions are going to give that broth some more texture. So you want to take about 2 cups of onions and pour it into this broth. Now if you don't like onions, then, don't put it in there. I can't imagine nobody not liking onions. So, all right. So what I'm looking for when I stir this broth, I don't want it to be chock full of stuff. I want a broth. So I just want to put a nice texture of goodies in there. So what I did was about 1.5 cups. Oh, might as well go ahead and do 2 cups. I reckon that's 2 cups, looks like it to me. And just, whatever, just do the whole lowdown thing. There we go. I love onions. So there we go. Now you may not want so many onions. That's all right. That's all right. You'll be all right. Okay, so there goes the onions. Oh, hallelujah. This is getting right now. Now, we've got, in this pot, we've got carrots. Now, I did not put the carrots in here to start off with. I boiled them with my chicken because carrots take forever to cook. And this soup, you don't want to cook it a long time. You basically just want to simmer it. Because if you overcook it, it's just going to take all of your goodies and make them to where they don't have the right texture. So I've got the carrots in here. As soon as I get the chicken out and cut it up, put it in there, then I'm going to dip those carrots and put right in there. Now, if you don't like carrots, you ain't got to put them in there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 14-ounce cans of diced tomatoes. Now, not tomato sauce, not tomato paste. You want those diced tomatoes, and you want to pour them right into that Mexican chicken soup. You got 2 cans of 14-ounce diced tomatoes, and that's going to give it that good tomato flavor. And then 1 can of Rotel tomatoes. We're going to drop those right in there. Now we're making real progress. Now, you want to take about 2 or 3 limes. It depends on how much you're cooking. Take those limes, and I want you to take all the juice out of those limes, and then I want you to take and throw them limes right in there. That's what I want you to do. Now here, take them limes. Go ahead and put it in there. Oh, yeah. Now, I only want you to throw 2 of the limes, not all of them. Just like these 2 halves like that, you're going to throw only 2 of them in there because you don't want to get too much lime flavor. There we go. And then 1 more. Oh, yeah. There we go. So we did a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be 4 limes sliced in half. If you're cutting the recipe in half, then cut that in half as well, or you'll have way too much lime. Now, you would normally add cumin and red chili powder to give it that little Mexican flavor. But I have found just using these big things of taco sauce will give you all of that combined together, save you some time. So you want to take about, let's see, I reckon we're coming up to about 2 tablespoons there. What y'all reckon? Getting close. Just pour. Just keep pouring. It'll all work out in the end. There we go. Oh, oh yeah. And that flavor. Oh, I smell that. We got some Mexican chicken soup cooking, children. Ain't God been good to us? Now, what you want to do is you're going to take your avocado. See your avocado? That you want to take your knife, and what you want to do with these avocados is you want big chunks of it. You don't want to dice them. What I'm doing here with the avocado, I'm taking, and I'll show you exactly how I'm cutting these avocados. See those? See how I cut them? I want chunks of avocado. You want chunks of avocado in that soup. And now if you don't like avocado, then do something else. But there's a reason that we do it in the chunks, because when you serve them in the bowl, you'll see that beautiful avocado on your plate. Now, once you've got all of this in the pan, you're going to let that simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. Come to a good simmer. Not a hard boil. You don't want to mess up your avocados. You don't want this stuff to mesh. Just a good simmer. Then let it sit at that simmer about 15 or 20 minutes. And then we'll come back and we'll put the chicken chunks in there and the carrots. And folks, that's it. Oh, but you're going to thank me, I promise you, once you eat this. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot, my Lord, one of the most important ingredients. My favorite ingredient is you want to get you a big chunk of the big stalk of the cilantro. Oh, yeah. And let that cilantro go right in that pot. Oh, my. Now me, whenever I serve this in a bowl, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an avocado, probably a half of an avocado, and I'm going to slice it in 3 or 4 slices on the bottom of the bowl. When I get done with that, then I'm going to take and ladle the soup on top of that. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to put some more cilantro on top, and then I'm going to take some tortilla chips and put it all around the bowl. You can eat tortilla. Now let me say this before we go any further. I started Weight Watchers, and I've lost 30 pounds. And this meal that I'm preparing right now, if you're not familiar with Weight Watchers, every meal you eat is assigned a point. I can have up to 39 points a day. This meal that I'm cooking for you right now has 0 points. You could eat this for days and lose weight on this meal right here. There's nothing in it that has any points, unless you do like I'm fixing to do. I'm going to take a little brown rice that I cooked yesterday. I'm going to take about a cup of brown rice and just drop it in that soup. Just for a little texture, a little filling texture. It's not going to be enough. It might be 2-3 points at the most. Still, it's going to be so low that you could lose weight eating this meal. So right now, I'm going to grab the rice, we'll throw it in, and oh, we're getting close. All right, so I've got the brown rice from yesterday. I made for some gumbo, and I'm just going to take me about a cup full. Now, don't use white rice. You want to use brown rice. And I'm just going to take that rice, and I'm going to dump about a cup in there. Not a lot, because I don't want to add a lot of carbs to this soup. And then I'm just going to take and sprinkle a good cup of that brown rice in there. Not much at all, but it will give it some nice texture whenever your family goes to eat it. So there's just a nice little cup of brown rice. Now, once the rice is in there, we want to adjust our salt. I've already tasted this broth, and I know about how much salt it needs. Now, this is going to be up for you to decide, to see how much salt needs to be added to your broth to get it just the right. Now, what I'm doing now is all these chicken breasts that I was boiling over here in this pot. What I'm doing, I'm taking my knife and I'm just going in there and I'm just cutting them. I don't want shredded chicken. I want big chunks of chicken for people that's going to be eating this soup to enjoy. I want them to feel like they're getting a meal instead of just a little mouthful of water. And this is about perfect. I've got these breasts. I'm cutting them in half, some of them in thirds, and I'm getting nice big chunks of chicken. This is not chicken and dumplings. You do not want shredded chicken. You want chunks. That way when people bite into your soup, they're getting something with some substance to it. And that's about right. So now I'm going to take all of this chicken and these carrots and we're going to translate them into the Instapot. And then we're almost to the finish line. Here we go. Chunks of chicken going right into the pot. Carrots, I'm bringing all the carrots over with it. Chunks of beautiful chicken breast going into this Mexican chicken soup. Look at this. My. Look at those nice chunks of chicken. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. Now, I forgot I got to put my black pepper in here. I put black pepper in everything. I love black pepper. Now, all those chicken chunks and all those carrots, we're putting them right in. Now, you want to do this last. You don't want to put your chicken in first because you don't want to cook it again. It's cooked. It's ready. It's just going to serve now as a filler for your soup. Now, I don't have nothing against chicken noodle soup. I love it. But I'm going to tell you, darling, my soup beats chicken noodle soup all day long. Now, I created this recipe because I love flavor. And this is going to be loaded down with flavor. All right, now let's look at what we got. Look at these big chunks of chicken. And then look at all the other Mexican touches that you've got. Oh, look at them limes. And then when it goes in the bowl, we're going to put an avocado in the bowl. We're going to pour the soup over that avocado. And then we're going to put some more cilantro on top of it. Oh, and then some tortilla chips. Y'all, look at them beautiful avocados in there. My. All right, listen, folks. Thank you for watching. God bless you. I'll see you next time.